My mofo dog.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy BBO Boxing. Tell everybody, BBO Boxing is back. The Asiatic black man. My new name is Kareem Akbar. Kareem Akbar is back. And you know we repping the mighty JBT. So if you got anybody out there, let them know Kareem Akbar is back. Salute to my man CDK and salute to my man Prize. What's
Yeah.
going on, y'all? How y'all feeling?
What up, though? How you
Hey
feeling?
man, big day, big week coming up. We got the kid from Delaware, Jerron
Stop.
Boots
Don't
Ennis,
come on the
coming
track
out here.
disrespecting.
Oh, here you go. Here you go. Here you go.
I
But
wish you could see my face. You lucky I'm not home right now.
but shout out to my man. Shout out to my man, Jerron Ennis. Big fight back at home.
Mhm.
Another easy touch. A guy who has no business fighting. But you know what? Shout out to Bam Rodriguez for saving that card because we all excited about seeing pound for pound number top 5 pound for pound fighter and Bam Rodriguez. Again, he's gonna be carrying his round in it's like they always do. But I think it's gonna be a great fight. What you guys think about Bam getting back in the ring?
That's crazy what you said, first of all. Second, he had to fight Karen because they would have stripped him. And you remember on our old shows, I was going off. Y'all was saying, man, he got to go to Russia. I'm like, he ain't going to no, or where was it? Russia? What was it?
Jim,
Germany. Right.
Germany.
I told y'all he wasn't going over there. They turned it around and did the fight at home. But like what y'all was telling me, you and Free was basically saying he don't have no choice to fight him or they're gonna strip him. And I said, well, let him strip him. He's bigger than the Jerron Ennis is one of them fighters where he's bigger than the belt. But I'm surprised at this. But you know, he I guess he has his goal and he wants to accomplish his goal. So it is what it is. At least he's staying active. He got another home fight for the city gonna be lit. And I'm excited.
Yo, salute. We got my guy, man, the great debater himself. Even though I'm coming back. He got me. He got me. I ain't gonna lie. He got me, but I dropped him. I dropped him in one round. I did drop him. We thought he was asleep. Hey, Free, I didn't get my round. I got that round.
you got around, but you ain't dropped me.
That's losing the round. You talking about?
You got around, but you ain't dropped me. You can win a round without getting without lose. I mean, without getting dropped. You can lose a
But
round without getting dropped.
but we got my brother, man, D Free. I know he riding hard, man, because if you didn't know, Washington, D.C. has a franchise quarterback for the first time. And I know my man Free is over the moon. What's going on, Free? Shoot
Hey
to my
man,
man
what's good?
Boxing Scholar, man.
What's good? What's good?
He said
Hey.
BB on a pump in a sauna at Planet Fitness.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to my
Yeah, it
man
does
Boxing
look like
Scholar.
that.
Shout out to my man Boxing. That's my brother, man. But what you think about this CDK before we bring my man Free in?
Was there with the Jerron Booth in the card and him
Yes, sir.
fighting Turner? I ain't got no problem with it. He got to do what he got to do. You know, he got a goal he's trying to accomplish. He said he's not leaving without the belt, so that's his decision. You know what I'm saying? I
Mm-hmm.
don't know how easy it will be to get the belt. People don't want to fight him. It makes it very difficult. But he doing what he got to do.
Salute to my brother Crush in the building.
The
Um,
legend.
I want to ask you this, Free. Do you think having Bam Rodriguez is a huge addition? I think that's a huge addition to this card. What you think about that? Top five
um,
fighter in the world.
it's a good fighter to have on the card because they're trying to boost up the viewing for Bam Rodriguez because he's a young fighter who's coming up and
Mm-hmm.
he's making his way through the division
Mm-hmm.
and to get him the exposure and it's also good to get Boots exposure to a different fan base because a lot of the Mexicans going to come out to see Bam Rodriguez, but they will also get a chance to see Boots Ennis in the main event. So it's a good exposure for both of them. For Bam Rodriguez to get the African American fan base and a new city to watch him, and then Bruce Ennis to get the Mexican fan base to watch him.
So I'm gonna ask you this because you know Crush be cooking all the time, man. Crush be, but hold on, let me say this before I say this. But rest in peace to the number one freak himself, Quincy Jones, man. Quincy Jones was the original freak. So salute to my brother, man. Cause anybody know Quincy Jones had the famous quote that he said, if you and your wife's age equal 100, you're doing bad. So
That's crazy.
shout out to my Quincy Jones. Shout out to my brother Quincy Jones. Hold on. We got my guy in the house. Uh-oh.
What's up?
What's going on? We got the champ. He finally coming to his own podcast. Here we go.
What's good?
What's going
Yeah.
on, champ?
Exactly.
How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling?
All right.
Good,
I
Good,
good.
good,
just
good.
got done working out for real.
Yeah, you see, he trying to put us all us to shame, man. You know, we ain't worked out in weeks. He talking about I just got done working out. Look at this guy.
Yeah, well, hey, hey, man, I'm cut up like a bag of dope under this old body, man. So I'm already right with it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to get
Well,
like you then.
excuse me, Fruit of Islam Crush is ready.
I'm trying to get like you then.
But
Yeah. Bruce Lee, man, that Bruce Lee has always been my motivation for having a nice, defined, cut up body, man. So, you know,
yeah.
Tell me
yeah,
what you do.
yep.
But let me ask you this, champ. I know
The
you heard
boxing
about.
scholar out of control.
Oh yeah, Boston Scholar, he always out of control. But let me ask you
Yeah,
this, champ, since you came in, what you think about seeing Bam Rodriguez and get ready to be on this Boots in his card?
He won't be on the. You said him on the boots tennis card.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a good. I liking that they having more super fights, like two big names on one card, and like sometimes egos collide, like where people think like, oh, I'm the main attraction or I'm the main attraction. I don't like that. I like when two people come to terms and come on one card, like Benavidez with Tank. I
Mhm.
like that. So I think that's good for the sport.
Yeah, and my man CDK don't know this about you, but you actually have been in the ring with Abdul Wahid himself, man. So I gotta ask you this, man. When you got in there, did you feel like the or you just thought it was another match?
Well, who?
When he got in there with Abdul Wahid, Smash was in there
Javante
with.
Davis. When you got in there
Yeah.
with
Oh,
Javante
okay,
Davis.
okay. I'm not used to the new name.
Oh, there you go. You gotta watch this dude Smash. He a comedian, man. You gotta watch him, man.
Man, I look at everybody who I spar and get in the ring with and work out, do anything with as same people for real. It's work at the end of the day. That's how I'm gonna treat it. I don't matter who I'm in the ring with. I've sparred people on every single level. I just got done sparring out drawing Ennis gym. I sparred Stephen Fulton.
Oh wow, wow. Yeah, I hope you beat him up. I hope you beat him up, because when he lost anyway, man, we all lost a lot of money, man. But shout out
Man,
to Scooter, man. Shout
he
out to
getting
Scooter,
good
man.
though. No, he great. His sparring, he's strong. I like
Mm-hmm.
I like I like that work. He gave me some great work and showed me some good things. Truly humble
Yeah,
over that.
for sure, for
He
sure.
coming back. Don't be surprised if he come back and take over.
I like Scooter, man. I was a big fan. Only thing I'll say is this: I want to see him and Brandon Figueroa get it on, because I think Brandon and Free will tell you this: Brandon Figueroa is special, man. He's special.
I
I think he's special fighter, man.
I think Stefan will. I feel like Scooter gonna win.
Well, I'll put it like this, champ. We're gonna have to put some money on that
Me
because you're
too.
talking real tough. We're
We
gonna have to put
can,
some money on
we
that, champ.
can, we can. I've seen levels, yo. I know what kind of levels people want, and there's a lot of fakes in this boxing industry. I promise you, and it will be exposed soon.
That's for sure. Because when you get in there, man,
I'm gonna
I
expose a
can't wait.
lot.
I can't wait, man. I can't wait till you get in there. But speaking of this fight, this is actually 2 shows in a row we're gonna get to see my man Boots Ennis in there. Do you guys think he got a chance to still be a star? I think he's
Man,
about 28, 29. Go ahead.
Boots is a star, yo. Boots is gonna be, if not the, he's gonna be one of them, one of the greatest. Yo, his work ethic and everything. I'm telling you, yo. I don't see a lot of people fucking with Boots.
Hey, nothing like the truth, man. Nothing like the truth.
You know what? You know
Uh,
what, man? And see, that's what Smash do. He make me go against what he's saying, because this he know I think Virgil's going to hurt him. He know I think Virgil's going to hurt him. That's the only reason why he doing that. He think he's slick. He thinks he's slick, but it's not going to work. You're not going to throw me off, man.
man, ain't
Yo,
nobody.
Boots.
Virgil ass, in my opinion, man.
You
Man,
said
he
what?
gonna beat the hurt off Virgil.
In my opinion, BBO, he smashes down on Virgil. I use your famous saying, "Get beat to death." Virgil get beat to death messing with
Say it
Boots in it.
again.
Man. That's why you know
Say
what
it
now.
again.
That's why he's
Man.
on the 5-year plan. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but real quick, so y'all can cook, man. This card, I love it. I'm excited that he got Bam on there, man. So it's good. His second fight here at home in Philly, and then he got a good co-main event. I think that's wonderful. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? It's definitely a jump and a big difference from what he had around for his first fight, as a co-main event, and it's good for the both of the fighters so they can cross margins and things like that, and they both put on a good performance, give us something to talk about. I think it's a great thing, man, because I like Bam. Bam is on the pound for pound list, so to have a pound for pound guy on your card as a co-main event, hey man, I think that's something special. And I think Bam is coming to steal the show. Watch out, Boots. You know I'm heavy on my Philly guys. You know I don't get nobody no easy passes, not even my own children. Hey, Bam can easily steal that show. You see what I'm saying? So shout out to the both of them, man, and
I don't
everybody
know
else
about
that's gonna
that.
be there.
I don't know about
I
that.
don't know.
I don't
I
think
like
Ben can
Boots. I'm
still
just
ship the
saying,
show from
man.
Duran.
Hey, listen. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, how much of a stylistic, right?
Of course.
Boots is going to be against Karen, because we already know that a lot of people said, you know, Boots had a problem with the man having happy feet, man on a good foot like James Brown. You know what I mean? And he couldn't come through like Brother Johnson put the stomp on that. So we really got to see if you're going to be prepared for that. Now I'm not knocking him, bro. And he from Philly, I love him, but that don't mean somebody else can steal the goddamn show. Let's just all be men up here.
I'm
Now
just
I mean,
telling you, it's
And
gonna
Bam
be a
and
lot
Bam
harder
got
than
the
you would
skills.
predict that you telling me
Yeah.
he's gonna do.
Yeah. What round you think the fight going in? What round you think he's stopping him?
About
I think
You
7.
think he's 7?
that I'd give it 9, 8, 9. 8 Boots
Nah.
like to break people down. I'd say 8, 9.
It depends on if Kern put on his track shoes again this
Yeah, I was
first
about to
fight.
say if
No, no,
Karen
no, 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 no,
runs.
it don't. No, it don't. No, it does not. Stop it.
Yeah, he gonna put him
It
It
up.
does.
depends. No, we ain't doing that. We
Oh,
not gonna make no damn excuses here. He can be on his damn track and feel all he want.
Oh no,
That
no.
man better know how to cut his own ring off in his
Oh no.
hometown. You can run all you want.
I'm
You
not
can
gonna.
run
I'm
all
not
you
gonna.
want. I'm cutting that ring off. He can be
I'm
Jackie
not.
doing it.
I'm
I
not.
don't give a damn.
I'm not saying Boots ain't supposed to go in there and know how to cut the ring off. What I'm saying is, it doesn't mean that he's going to stop him if that man put on his track shoes. If that man put on his track shoes and run the entire time,
I feel you,
and
Free.
Boots can't seem to happen to cut the ring off. He might could cut it off a few times, but he gonna burn a lot of energy trying to track him down. So, I mean, it all depends.
You know,
Woo,
something I
it's
wanted to
that
ask you real
very.
quick before you go, Crush. I want to ask you this, Smash.
What's up? What's
I
up?
know you heard of the. I know you heard of the kid. I call him Baby Sean Porter, Kid Austin. Now I don't
Yeah,
like
kid
his
off.
dad's accent. I hate his dad's accent. I hate his dad's accent. But let me ask you this: when you see a guy get dominated by a guy that small, does that let you know that a lot of times people just be clout chasing? Because I heard that's what you were kind of alluding to. People just be clout chasing. Is that like the definition of clout chasing? Because when I seen him get hit with the left hand, he almost went to bed, and then I seen him miss the whole stew. I'm like, dang, he was beating he was
I
beating his
told
turkey
you
meat out of you.
soon
Go ahead.
enough, all these people, all these fake boxes is gonna get exposed. And
yeah,
watch me be the one to
right.
do it.
That's
Yeah.
what's up.
Because I ask you this. Let me ask you this. I'm gonna ask CDK, and then I'm gonna go right to Free on this. CDK, I want to ask you this. When you seen Schofield almost go to bed by that left hand, I
Yo,
thought to
he can't
myself,
fight
he better
nobody
not
real.
go.
He ain't ready for that.
Say it again.
He ain't ready
He
for
ain't
that.
ready
He ain't
for
ready to
that.
fight nobody real.
Man, listen. Floyd Schofield was going life and death with it. I said, Floyd, oh, no, he not. I agree with you 100%. Floyd Schofield was going life and death with a C plus fighter. He got a lot of work. He calling out Shakur and calling out Tank. He's not ready for now one of those
Uh,
guys. He's not ready for any of the elite fighters. His dad gonna talk him into something, man. Like I always tell you, man. His Cadillac mouth gonna overload his Volkswagen ass. His dad about to talk him into something he don't really want. I'm gonna say that right there.
But go ahead, Free. I want your opinion because
I
brother
like
Free ain't
that.
said nothing yet
Killed
on
me
that.
more that one.
Yeah, that you cold. Hey,
I'm gonna steal that, bro. I got to borrow that one, and I got my own
CDK is
bars,
the
but that
funniest
that
dude
that
on.
that, that was awesome
Hey,
right there,
CDK,
man.
what was
But
that?
let
What was
me
that saying you said?
let let me
BBO,
get
what you?
back to my workout. All right, I'm gonna check in again. All right.
All
All right,
right,
we'll
All
check
champ.
right,
in
All
with you.
right,
Smash.
champ.
Take care, champ.
I see y'all for real.
All right.
All right.
Hey, BBO.
Hey, BBO,
Record.
hold
Make
on,
sure you get that as a sound bite, bro.
hold on, BBO. What the hell you say you don't like about the father?
Oh, I said I hate his accent.
Oh, I
I hate
see.
his accent.
I do. Oh,
Okay,
got me in tears, man.
I don't know what y'all
okay.
laughing about. I just tell you, I don't like his accent, bro. I just don't like it.
All right.
I don't like the way he
No,
Hold
talks.
up, hold up. All right,
accent,
BBO.
man. That's
I,
not
I,
all.
I gotta ask you. I gotta ask you. What is it about the accent that you
I,
don't like, or what type of
I just
accent
don't
is
like
it,
the
bro?
accent, man. It's just like some dudes got the crazy accent. You be like, just don't talk, man. You making my skin crawl, brother. So he just got that crazy accent. I'm just not a big fan of his accent.
He got a
But
zesty ass accent, right?
I don't know about all that. I'm not gonna say all that.
No,
I'm not gonna say
hey,
that.
Chris,
We know we
Chris,
got the children
we
watching.
gonna keep it
But
real. I'm gonna keep it key.
speaking of
Hey,
that,
man, I'm gonna keep it
if
key.
you in
I'm
the
gonna,
Akron Kent
hey,
area, make sure you are stopping by the smoke shop for all your cannabis and flower needs. You know, I don't partake, but if you like the runts, all that rapper stuff, stop by the smoke shop right there on West Market Street, Akron, Ohio. If you're in the Akron Kent area for all your flower and cannabis needs, make sure you stop by the smoke shop. And another one I want to say before I forget, shout out to the Breakfast Box. Like I said again, this is a award-winning place that's known for the shrimp and grits, as well as their big breakfast. So stop by the Breakfast Box if you're in the Akron Kent area. Make sure you show some love to the Breakfast Box and tell them BVO sent you. So when you go there, all you got to remember is to put into the thing is Kareem 45. That's my 10% off code. If you spend $25, you get 10% off. It's Kareem 45. So when you go on there, let them know Kareem Akbar sent you. The brother from the bank sent you. Go on there, have a good time, eat some good food. But back to the show. Salute to my man Chris, my man Ace, and salute to my man Thomas Hill. But like I just said, I just don't like his dad's accent. And the more he talk, I just don't like when people talk like that. I mean, it just offends me when you hear a man speak that way. And it's like,
his accent.
Jesus, I don't want to hear you
What's
talk
the
like that.
matter with it?
No,
I'm
no.
just not a fan
That
of it.
man,
Hey, Prize, you just gotta go listen to his
Thompson. It's
father.
I
Thompson.
listened to the
That's not
interview
an
that
accent.
he put out that he was saying how his son was a dog. I listened to the whole thing, but I didn't peep his accent. I just was just listening to what he was saying more so.
It's not an accent. It's not an accent.
It's not
He
an
said
accent,
if
man.
BBO said it's an accent. It's not an accent.
But see,
It's a
here's my thing though. Here's my thing, free.
No, man.
Here's my thing, free and crush. I listened to the whole because it's like 4 or 5 minutes long, whatever. I seen him do it,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
okay, so I watched it, and he was like, "My son a dog, and Tank ain't never do this, yada yada yada." But I never peeped how he was talking though. I was just only listening to what he was saying.
oh yeah,
So
you need to go back over
Yeah,
there
his
and again.
Oh,
accent is
okay.
crazy.
But
His accent is
but
crazy.
anyway,
Exactly.
um, but
Go ahead.
Kid
It's the
Austin, the
snake.
thing about him is the thing about Kid Austin is he's a young dude who's trying to get to the top right away. He's not he's
Mm-hmm.
not he's not ready for the likes of Shakur or Tank.
Right,
I don't even think he's ready for Williams or Pater at this point right now.
right.
He's not
He
even ready for that, man.
yeah, he needs to get some more experience before he get in there. Now I understand he say, "Oh, I spar these guys and this and that." Yeah, that sparring is one thing. Actual fights is another thing. So we see this all the time. These guys say what they did to somebody in sparring, and then we see them get in the ring with the actual guy, and we don't see none of that what you was talking about that you did in sparring. So I leave the sparring to sparring. When you get in the ring, what I see in the ring is a guy who gets hit a lot. He doesn't move his head off the line. He continue have holes
Nope.
in his game, and he needs some more work. He needs a lot more work before he get in there with Shakur or Tank. Now he get in there with somebody like a Williams or Pater. I think he's going to get outworked I think he's going to get outworked by getting in with somebody that throws 100 punches around and
Yeah.
who has a power shot. Because we seen him get dropped with this dude that he was just in there with. He got dropped by him. If he was in there with somebody like William Zepeda who packs a punch, or Tank Davis who packs a punch, that man is going to sleep. He's going to sleep. And I seen this man. I seen him hit this dude that he was in the ring with every single
Yeah,
punch
you
he
right,
had,
bro.
and he didn't go nowhere. That man still was walking him down. So he needs some more work. He gotta work on his boxing ability, and he definitely
No
got to work on
boots.
his defense.
Right.
I'm gonna ask you this, Free.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you this.
Hey,
And one thing
y'all.
I will
Hey,
say, go ahead.
PBO.
Go ahead. Hold on. Let me ask you this
I
real
just
quick.
want
Let
to
me ask
ask
you this
y'all
real quick.
all.
Hold on 1 second, CDK.
Go ahead.
Let me go. I don't want to lose my train of thought because Free touched on something big with that one. But let me ask you this: did you like
Okay.
the adjustment from the corner? I gotta say, I hate his dad's accent, but the boy can coach. The brother can coach because he was able to adjust
Who?
on the fly, and I think they changed the whole game plan. So I got to give
Um,
a hat off to the coach on that. Go ahead.
he was telling them
Uh,
some decent instructions. The problem was, um, he's telling it to a different type of fighter. Kid Austin, he wants to be a dog. That's the type of
mhm.
fighter he wants to be. He wants to be a dog. He has, I mean, you can tell a fighter what to do from the corner, but you have to know what type of fighter you have. And you already know that your son is a dog and he wants to be a dog. If he get hit, he wants to hit him back. So you have to train him to be a boxer in order to give him boxing instruction. You can't give him boxing instruction and he's a come forward fighter and he's a dog. You can't give him boxing instruction because that's not what he likes to do. He likes to bang. So you got
Yeah.
to give him instructions on how to be able to bang without getting hit. And that means keep your guard up, keep that right hand up, or come behind a jab and then work your way on the inside. But if you trying to give him boxing instruction and he's a banger, it's not going to register.
Uh-uh. I just want to say this right here. He got to get Mama Schofield out of his corner. I ain't gonna lie to you. He got to go ahead. He got somebody else in his corner over there that's really gonna be a Hall of Fame trainer, man. And I agree with Free 100%. To me, he's like a Sean Porter without the defense. Because even though Sean Porter had that type of rugged style, Sean Porter could move his head and get out the way, you know what I'm saying, of punches and stuff. You've seen him change it up. I think he's kind of like a Sean Porter type fighter without the defense. That's what I be seeing.
Mm.
But he got to get Mama Schofield. I don't. Mama Schofield got to tell him something different. He really do.
Well, I tell you one thing. May I add on? Y'all talking about who he ain't ready for that? Y'all reaching too far. Shit is he is. I got young prospects whipping on his ass, and we talking about he shouldn't even be mentioned with the elites, even though he mentioned them. But yeah, I got guys like Abdullah, Lord Fernando Vargas is one of these guys. That boy ain't that good. That boy's still in prospect mode. I don't know what the hell
He
y'all
ain't.
been watching. I don't know what y'all been watching. I mean, some of
Same
y'all
thing you
been
watching. He
capping.
no good.
Stop giving these fighters too much damn credit, man. That boy ain't like that. I would not mention his name
He
in the
ain't.
same sentence as Shakur and all them because he don't deserve to be there because he ain't nowhere on a level. I got one of the young top prospects whooping his ass right now and putting him on his ass bag, and hopefully he got insurance for his ass bag. That's how I got it right now. That boy ain't that damn good. He ain't that damn good. Nope.
Hey,
He got
we
young
with you,
prospect
bro.
problems. He got prospect problems, let alone some damn champions. Shit. What are we
I agree
talking
with you.
about? Get this. Why are we even still talking about this dude? Get him up on out of here. Let's talk about something else. That dude ain't even worth the talk, man. He would get murdered. Would get put in the dirt,
Mhm.
beat to death, and all that. That dude ain't like that. Kids go. Oh no. Oh no. I need to get on daddy in the zesty accent. You know what I mean? The boy ain't ready, man. He moving too damn fast. Moving too fast. He can't even. He had problems with Keyshawn and all those guys. He ain't. Man, y'all. Man, I need to see some other stuff about this dude before I even start dreaming of him even getting in there with Shakur and taking them because he sounds stupid. See, these are the type of fighters when they start talking like that. I like to be with the homie. Don't play that joint and knock him upside the head. You know, good and damn well, you don't need to be talking about nothing about that anytime right now. They moving too fast. What are y'all doing?
Actually, Ace, you right on, Ace. He's number two,
Yeah.
and when Williams Zepeda and Shakur fight, he will be number one and in position to be called Tank Davis mandatory. So that fight probably will
Mhm.
happen sometime next year. It probably will happen, but he's not going to be ready for it.
No, he's
Who's
not.
gonna be
Well,
Tank mandatory?
the WBA seems
Kid,
like he's ready.
Schofield is number two in the WBA right now. So when Williams
Yeah.
Zepeda fight Shakur, Schofield will be ranked number one. So he will be in position to be called as Tank mandatory. He's ranked
And
number
I
two
don't know
right
why
now.
how he got there. This is the stuff I'm talking about. You got a guy that's see, this is the stuff I'm talking about, D3. See, people can buy slots and all that. What did he do to get there? Who did he run through to get there? I've been watching boxing all damn year last year and the year before that. What the hell did he do to get there?
Well,
Somebody
I
help my
mean,
blind ass out.
you gotta say now we see a lot of times what we do is we look for these fighters to fight big names and we say, hey, how did this person get up there? He didn't fight that person, or whatever. But
Nothing.
you gotta look at who's in the ranking of the sanctioning body that's holding that belt. So when we say he hasn't fought anybody, yeah, he hasn't fought anybody that we would like to see him fight, but he might have been working his way up in that sanctioning body. So we got to look at the sanctioning body and see who he fought in the sanctioning body to get him ranked up, or who lost in that sanctioning body to move down, and he worked his way up to that position. See, we so hooked on the big names and say, oh, well, he didn't fight this person. How he get put in that position to fight for the champion or whatever? We got to look at the sanctioning body. The only ones that we really keep an eye on is the WBC. We know who's in the WBC, but these other sanction bodies, we don't really pay attention to the rankings of their sanctioning body. Like we don't, you couldn't tell me who's number two in the IBF sanctioning body right now. Who you don't know who's number two right now. So we got to pay attention to those sanctioning bodies.
Oh
Yeah, you're
yeah,
definitely right about that.
oh now see the way that I meant it is not by big names. Still, who did he beat? I ain't talking about big names. Like, you get what I'm saying? You know, you're supposed to gradually, move yourself up and then you can actually see it. That's the point that I mean. I don't give it, I don't give a damn about a name all day. I don't care. Because there's guys with names that can fight their behinds off. So I don't care about a name. But still, that's still my question. I get all that, but still, I ain't seen nothing for him to get there. Ain't even got nothing to do about good name. Ain't looking too good in fights and all that. This is the type of stuff I be talking about. These
What
guys
Well,
be
sanctioning
well,
looking
body
well,
is
let
half.
me
it
say this
again,
real quick.
D3?
Let me say
What
this real
sanctioning
quick.
body
Let
is
me say
it?
this real quick, Praj.
The
Before,
WBA?
let me say this real quick. The guy that he fought lost to Michelle Rivera when he was 15-0. Michelle Rivera was a pretty solid fighter at one time, and we all know Michelle Rivera lost to Frank Martin. I mean, I'm not saying the triangle theory is real or anything like that. I just think Kid Schofield is not ready. Sorry, Kid Austin is not ready. I do want to give a big shout out to his father because his father did a great job fighting with having a stubborn fighter in there, and he still was cool, calm. He didn't cuss him out. He just kind of let him know, hey son, pay attention to what I'm saying. So I got to give him credit for that. Salute to my man Ant Man popping up. I just think, to be honest with you, what we've seen with Kid Schofield showed you that he's just not as good as we thought. And I want to give a big shout out to Turkey, or Turkey Sandwich, because Turkey Sandwich has shown us a lot of guys ain't that good. The guy from my home state, Big Baby Anderson, ain't that good. We seen Bacoli beat the life out of him. And Bacoli came in super fat. He put a t-shirt over his belly. He came in so fat. So when you see this type of real life action, I hate that Deontay Wilder's not at 100%. I hate that Tyson Fury ain't at 100% because we just seen the whole heavyweight division cannibalize itself. We seen Triple D knock the fish and chips out of Anthony Joshua. I mean, Jesus Christ, who would have thought we would see that? We seen Usyk have Fury rocked. I mean, that noodle was scrambled. I'm telling you, man, it's just what we seeing is when the best fight the best. There's no more. There's no more. As Cat Williams said, everything in 2024 will be exposed. If you're not that guy, you're gonna be exposed. Shout out to the champ. He came through and said it best. A lot of guys are getting exposed. We all know me. I love Abdul Wahid. I don't like some of the fights he takes, but I'm starting to see that Abdul got a lot of cats scared to death. And I didn't know they were scared like that. I found out, I'll just drop a little news on y'all. Tio had a 2-fight deal with Abdul Wahid on the table and turned it down. Tio also had a $8 million payday. What he would have got for, and Loma would have got for a rematch that he turned down. So when you hear a guy like Teofimo Lopez begging and pandering for people to give him a fight, it's because he made so many stupid decisions that he messed his whole career up. And now he's
Yeah.
26, 27 years old trying to pick up the pieces. The thing is this, Kid Schofield is doing the right thing. I just want to be honest and say he's not that. As Abdul Wahid said it best. You ain't that, brother. You ain't that.
Hey,
He's not that.
these WBA rankings, you got
Yeah,
Zepeda 1, Floyd Schofield 2, Edwin De Los Santos 3, and Andy Cruz 4.
That should, you know what? That should be Kid Austin's next fight. It
He can't
should
be.
be Kid Austin's next fight should be against De Los Santos, a tall, rangy guy. Because I just seen De Los Santos at the WBA meetings. He looked pretty big to be down there at
no,
135.
De Los Santos,
Go ahead.
De Los Santos probably stopped Kid Austin. He
But no, what
probably
I'm
stopped.
saying,
He
Freaky,
will.
is that's how you would know if he's the goods because he looked horrible. And when I heard him say, "Well, guess what? I won." Um, that ain't good enough. That ain't good enough, brother. That ain't good enough. And I'm gonna just say this, and I'm gonna bring it back to you guys. Excuse me for going on such a long one, but I had to get this out. I just think too many times in boxing, you know what? We not saving cats no more. We not saving them. We not saving them. If you that guy, shout out to my man Uncle Grandpa Shelton. Put their behinds in there and let's see what they got. Because at the end of the day, a lot of dudes ain't got nothing. A lot of dudes is walking around like my man Rakim said with nothing but lint inside their hand. Because, dude, if you about to go to bed off this little bitty guy who gets beat to death on a regular, they be beating that little dude like he's a pinata. His nickname is Senor Pinata. And you couldn't stop him? I mean, and shout out to my man Oscar. We all know I love Oscar De La Hoya, but Oscar De La Hoya kept it real and said, hey, if if you ask me, he's not ready. Because you guys got to remember, De La Hoya said he had Kid Austin knocking this guy out. This guy almost put him to bed. When have you last time you seen a guy miss a doggone chair? When have you seen a guy miss a chair? Come on, dog. You don't miss no doggone chair like that. He
Yeah, that
almost
was
he
crazy.
almost got knocked out by the stool. But I'm gonna ask you guys
Which way did
this,
he go?
and I and
Where
I
did he go?
and I'm gonna start with my man Prize on this. When you see what's going on, does this really tell you that Tank is that guy, or does this tell you that we got to see if these guys can earn a shot with Abdul Wahid? Because I think Abdul Wahid got to go to 140. Let me know if I'm wrong. Go ahead, Prize. I'm gonna let everybody go on that. I'm quiet. Go ahead.
Well, that guy that Schofield just fought real quick. I'm looking at his box rec. It ain't too horrible. I know a couple of these guys up here, but I understand where y'all be coming from. Tank Davis, I mean, I don't know what it is. People, they just, I don't think that Shakur and them are scared of the Tank. I think it's the business that be messing up, that be getting in the way of that. I don't think like what you said. They scared of what Tio is. I always knew he was scared, but as far as Shakur and them, I think they would fight them. I don't know if they would win. I wouldn't pick them to win, but again, I still want to see the fights. I don't know what's going to happen with Tank Davis going forward. People saying this, some people saying that. You got to just wait and see what he say. You feel me? That's the thing. People don't be waiting for what they want. They always want to report something first. I'm just gonna sit back and listen to what he say. You know what I'm saying? Because I like all the brothers. You know what I mean? I like Tank. I like Dev, Shakur. I like Framel, Andy Cruz. I like all them dudes. You know what I mean? I like the 135 pounders. I can like whoever I want in boxing. I can like all of them. So I ain't picking a side because I don't have to. But as far as Tank, I'm just gonna fall back, see what he do, and just hope that boxing heads in the right direction. Whether it's in Saudi Arabia, whether it's here in these states, I just want to see the fights. That's it.
Mhm.
That's it. I just want to see some fights. You know what I mean, CDK? I just want to see a couple rumble. I don't give a damn where they at. Just put the
Right.
fights on. If Tank gonna fight, just fight. I don't care. Don't be this. And oh, one more thing. Don't be inactive. I ain't gonna be mad at y'all. I'll let the other fans be matchmakers and promoters saying he ain't fighting nobody. The tickets ain't selling. Whoop de whoop de whoop. Because when I was a young boy, me and my friends didn't care if Mike was fighting a bum or if Riddick was fighting a bum. We didn't give a damn who they was fighting. We wanted to see them fight. We didn't care about the ticket sales and the venues and all. We wasn't matchmakers. We were just fight fans. And now everybody's a promoter and a matchmaker and wants to be break the news first. So I like to be quiet. I like to take all the information in, then give you my point and then put it all together. That's what I like to do. Cause I don't know what everybody else be doing, but that's what I like to do. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna wait and see. Something gonna happen. You know what I mean? And they ain't gonna go forever not fighting. So I feel like something gonna happen. Gotta just wait and see. And either you gonna stick around or you not.
Definitely agree.
Go ahead, CDK.
Okay, man. Man, Prize man hit on a bunch of good points, and I agree with him. And what to your question, BBO, I'm gonna tell you, y'all tell me if I'm wrong or not. I think just me looking at the landscape at 135, if you was to ask two fighters to fight Tank in the division, two fighters I think would take that fight at a drop of a dime. Not saying they will win because I don't think anybody at 135 beats Tank. That's my personal opinion. I believe that Keyshawn Davis and Andy Cruz are two fighters that probably would take the fight.
I
You know what
forgot
I'm saying?
about that, Keyshawn.
Yeah, those two guys to me will just take the fight, win, lose, or draw. I just feel like those guys got the heart to get it there with them. I don't know what the situation with Shakur. I don't think Shakur is necessarily scared. Like you said, the business of boxing, man, gets in the way of a lot of these fights. And we don't get
Yeah.
to see the fights that we want to see because of the business. And everybody's trying to get, this and that. And the promoters want they cut. And a lot of promoters are greedy. You know what I'm saying? The networks, they greedy. So it makes it hard to make these fights when they're in different, promotional or whatever you want to call networks. I just really want to see, what I'm saying, what happened with Tank, Fim and Lamar Rose getting there. I got Tank winning that fight. Simple as that. But Tank does have to go to 140, I believe, in order to be challenged. And I'm still trying to figure out who challenges him at 140. I think, like with anything, weight classes are there for a reason. So he could run into some problems, but he has to go to 140 in order to be challenged. You know what I'm saying? How do y'all feel about that?
Yeah, I do too. I think that's where all the smoke is. Why come when you look up Andy Cruz box rec, it gives you all his amateur fights? But he's ranked high in the WBA. I mean, I like Andy Cruz.
Because he only got 4 fights.
Okay, so it's four. Okay, and he's already ranked third in the WBA. So that goes back to what CDK and I were saying about the business part. He has 4 fights and he's third behind De Los Santos in the WBA.
Well, he
But I
fourth.
like Andy Cruz.
He fourth in the WBA. Zepeda's number one. Schofield's number two.
He's
Um,
fourth. Oh,
yeah,
was I looking at the wrong belt?
Zepeda's number one. Schofield's number two. De Los Santos number three, and Andy Cruz is number four.
Yeah.
Lightweights, right?
Hey,
And
Free, do you think that
Oh yeah, I'm
do you
sorry, number 4. And yeah, you're right, Free. I apologize. De Los Santos, but he's 4 fights and he's fourth.
well,
yeah, yeah,
that's because of his amateur background. He's a
yeah.
two-time Olympian. He's a
Mm-hmm.
two-time gold medal Olympian. So that's the same thing they did with
Well,
Loma.
Loma. That's the same thing they did with who's the other gold medalists that they hurry up and got some titles. Was it Rigondeaux?
yeah,
No,
Rigondeaux
Rig-
stuck around in the amateurs for a long time too. You're right.
yeah,
They stuck around a
Rigondeaux,
long
but
time.
yeah, Rigondeaux didn't get him as quickly. He didn't get a title fight as quickly, but that's what I meant to say. Daggone David Morrell. David Morrell,
Oh,
they moved him fast too. So a few guys when they got a good amateur background and they're Olympians and stuff like that, they kind of moved them fast. Uh, I mean, it all depends on what machine you got behind them. Some machines push their fighters, some machines take their time.
Is this updated? This WBA ranking? It has to
yeah,
be.
Yeah,
It got
yeah,
it
yeah.
got it.
It's updated from October 21st of
Well, it got
2024.
Andy Cruz 3-0.
No, he's 4-0. Well, I
hey,
don't know about box
how
rec.
many
I
fights
know
did Shakur have?
Shakur got, I believe, 21.
Yeah, you're right, D Free. I'm
Those
looking at
dog.
4 fights. 1, 2, 3, 4, but it says 3-0.
Yeah, I believe he got 21 fights, something like that. It might not
Okay.
even he might not even have 21. I think because the last time I remember seeing his actual record, matter of fact, I could pull it up right now.
Okay.
Shakur has. I'll tell you in 1 second. Shakur
I hate
is
box rec, man. I
Shakur.
keep
Yeah, he got
fucking it up.
22. Shakur is 22-0. 22 and
So
0.
yeah. So they moved him. They move him. I mean, you think about it. That's kind of fast. They moved him. If you're thinking about how many fights ago before he fought for a world title, I don't know exactly how many fights ago it was,
No,
but
he
you
got
know,
he got
he,
moved. He got moved pretty quick. He got moved pretty quick because he remember he was a titleist. He was a world title holder at 126. He didn't he
yeah.
didn't he didn't break the teams until he got to 130. That's when he broke. No, actually, I take that back. He broke the teams right before he moved out of 126. I think he had
Okay.
like 13 or 14 fights right before he moved out of 126. But he got a title fight pretty early too.
Joe did. Yeah. So they moved. You know, it
Yeah, he
depends on, like
fought
you said.
Joet
Man,
Gonzalez for the
took an
vacant
extended time.
WBO.
I said he took an extra time. I said, you know, his
Well,
break is only
he start
half an hour, bro.
he started his
I'm looking
career
for
in
what you doing
2017,
going on an hour, dude? What's wrong with you?
and he
He goes,
got a
I
belt.
don't know, dog. You took my nigga, you dozed off. Talk about you took your time. You wouldn't have took that much at the time and you knew you had to be back at a certain time. I understand, you know what I mean? Just say
My bad. I don't think Crush was meant to have that conversation out there. I'm sorry.
Nah,
Okay. I wonder. I
I was
already know
trying to wait.
what was going on.
I was trying to talk over it because I didn't think, but he's louder than I am. So, but I was saying Shakur, they moved him kind of fast. I think his first title fight was against Joet Gonzalez for the vacant WBO, maybe
Mhm. What
in
about Keyshawn?
2019.
That was his first title fight.
And right, so in his second year in boxing, he was getting a title fight.
Okay.
So
And what about Keyshawn Davis? I mean, for us, he hasn't had the opportunity. Well, no, he ain't had the opportunity yet to get a major title yet.
Well,
mm-mm.
Keyshawn might be awarded a title. It all depends on what happened with Loma.
Okay.
If Loma decides to retire, Keyshawn will be awarded, or he will have a chance to fight for the IBF championship, or he will be awarded the IBF championship, one or the other. Because Keyshawn is number two. Well, he's not technically he's number two, but the way they have it set up in the IBF, he's number three. So because
Oh,
they got the number two vacant, he's the number three, and we know William Zepeda will be fighting Shakur Stevenson for the
yeah.
WBC belt. So
mm,
Keyshawn will be next in line to fight Loma for the IBF.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to ask you, Free. Do you think Kid Austin? How do you think a fight between him and Andy Cruz would go?
Mm.
Him and
he
Andy
probably
Cruz.
he
Yeah.
probably
Huh?
It would be a chess match. It would be a chess match.
Yeah.
Andy Cruz is more of a boxer.
mm.
He doesn't have real big power like that. He does have a knockout or whatever, but he doesn't have real big power like that. I think it would be more of a chess match with Andy Cruz because Kid Austin is going to try to step on the gas because of Andy Cruz' lack of power. But I think Andy Cruz has the footwork and the boxing ability to make Kid Austin miss and counter him. So it'd be more of a chess match. I think it'll go the distance. I'm not sure who wins because I haven't seen too much on Andy Cruz. I know he can box, but I don't know what he can do against better competition.
Hey, let me ask y'all this question: why is the IBF like this? It got Williams Zepeda, Lomachenko's the champion, right? Then you got Williams
Yeah.
Zepeda is number one.
Yeah. I agree with you on that. I
Nobody's ranked number two, and then you got Keyshawn at three. Why is nobody at two? That makes no
They
sense.
always do that. Normally, is the one and two is vacant until they're ready to call a mandatory. They do that for the I forgot what's the reason they did it. They explained the reason why they did it, but they always have the 1 and 2 vacant. If you go to other divisions, you will see the same thing. The 1 and 2.
Well, they got somebody at 1. Zepeda's 1.
Yeah, because
So why not just have Keyshawn at 2 and
because
Murtada at?
they don't do that because, like I said, they normally have 1 and 2 vacant until they are calling a mandatory. And what they normally do when they have a that's what it is for the elimination fight. They will move the 3 and 4 to 1 and 2 to fight in an elimination, and whoever wins that elimination will be the mandatory. They will move to number 1, and that number 2 spot will be vacant again. So that they leave it open for the elimination fight for the 1 and 2. So because sometimes it might not be 3 and 4 as the elimination fight. It could be 5 and 6 as the elimination fight, and they will put them at the 1 and 2 to fight for a title eliminator.
The WBC, I mean the WBO, their website is weird. Let's just get right to it. Like I don't understand what they make it like. I don't even want to look at their whack rankings. Oh, here they go. PDF file.
Like at
Oscar
140.
Valdez is the champ. Oh, that's 130.
Yeah, like 140. They got Richardson Hitchin as the number 1, and they got the number 2 vacant because Richardson Hitchin is about to fight Piro.
Look
So
at
they always do that.
Barbosa Jr. is number 1 in the 140 for the WBO.
Yeah, and the IBF at 147. Number 1 is Kern, and number 2 is vacant because Kern is about to fight Boots. So they
I cannot believe Karen is number. Like who the hell has he beat to get? I mean, I don't even know, bro.
And then when you go to 54, you see the 1 and 2 is both vacant in the IBF. They're both vacant because there's no mandatory for the IBF 54-pound champion. So 1 and 2 is both vacant.
That's crazy work, bro. I don't understand why these sanctioning bodies are just like.
Which I mean, it makes sense when you realize what the reason why they do it. And like I said, it's for the title eliminator. So when they have a title eliminator, they will move whoever is in that title eliminator. They will move them to 1 and 2. When whoever wins that title eliminator, they become the number 1, which is the mandatory for the IBF champion, and that number 2 will be vacant again. If there is no mandatory, 1 and 2 both will be vacant.
Yeah, like the 68-pound. There's William Skull. There's no number 1. How did he even get a belt? This is ridiculous.
William Skull got his belt because Canelo dropped it.
Yeah,
he was the mandatory for Canelo. Canelo didn't want to fight him. He wanted to fight. Berlanga, so he dropped it.
So Genovic got the WBO and the IBF. Laura got the WBA, and Adamas got the WBC.
Yeah.
I want to see Laura get in there with one of them, either Adamas or Genovic next.
We'll see.
They got Sugar Shane's son rated kind of high. He's 3rd.
I mean, he just won. He just won. He just came off a knockout win.
Who did he beat?
Who did he fight? Because we were talking about it.
Danny Jacobs.
Yeah, Jacobs.
Yeah, they got him ranked pretty high, and he's 4th in the WBC. Because I know Kareem like him. Shane, he's 2nd in the WBA, and he's 6th in the IBF, and he's 3rd in the WBO.
Yeah, I mean, he been staying active. He's been fighting.
Oh my goodness, Earl. Oh well, that's how I about to say. Damn, Earl number 1 at the WBC at 54. Fondora and Ortiz is the interim. Earl number 1.
Yeah, he's number 1 because he's about to fight Fandora right now.
WBA don't even have Earl ranked.
He's not fighting in the WBA.
Yeah, I don't know other sanctioning body got Earl ranked in there.
Because when he came up to 54, he went the WBC route. He went straight after Fendor.
So Jermel Charlo, champion in recess. This stuff is interesting, man. I don't really. Man, they got damn, they dropped Zoo way down there. What belt did he just lose? Well, I mean, what?
He was fighting for the WBA. Yeah, the
Hey, was it?
WBA. He was fighting for the WBA because he
Oh,
lost the WBO to Frandor. That was a unification for the WBC and the WBO. He lost. I mean, I'm sorry, the WBC and the WBC and the WBO. And he was was that the WBA? No, he fought for the IBF. That was the IBF because Bud got the WBA. He fought for
who's
the
this guy
IBF.
with this belt with the IBF in a 54? This
That's
guy
the one.
named
That's the one that just knocked out Tim Zoo. That's the
yeah,
one.
that guy. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
it's the IBF.
well. There's no 1 and 2. The next person in line is Lubin.
Yeah,
I
that's
like
what
to
I'm
see
saying.
Lubin. I'd like to see Lubin get that fight.
Lubin probably gets stopped, but I mean, okay.
I don't know. Lubin might hit him with something.
We saw Tim Zoo hit him with something. That man ain't do nothing. That man come to find out that man had a fractured hand. He had a fractured hand and a broken jaw, according to reports. I know about the fractured hand, but I heard somebody said that he had a broken jaw or something like that.
What?
But
Now wait. This Majimov guy, he's not ranked in. Okay, he's third in the WBC, fourth in the WBA. He's not even ranked in the IBF, bro.
yeah, I mean, some people ain't gonna be ranked in certain sanctioning bodies. It all
Yeah,
depends on if they're fighting fighters in those sanctioning bodies. If they're not fighting in those sanctioning bodies, they won't be ranked.
that's
Because
crazy.
you can look at William Schofield. I mean Floyd Schofield. He's ranked in the WBA and I believe the WBC, but he's not ranked in the IBF and he's not ranked in the WBO. He's ranked
Why
in
do they
two.
still got Crawford champion in recess at welterweight? Let's let it go.
I don't know. I don't know. That's just like Pitbull Cruz moved back down, and he's ranked number. I was just looking at. He's ranked like number 4, number 3 in one of the sanctioned bodies.
He moved back down to 135.
Yeah, he's ranked
He's number
number
4 in the WBC. You're right.
number 4 in the WBC.
I see over De Los Santos. Well, no.
Both of them just came off a loss, and Pitbull Cruz was the champion at 140. So they give him a little more leniency
Frank
over
Martin is
Bellator.
way down there now.
Yeah, I mean when you become the mandatory and you lose, a lot of times you do drop down further. Sometimes they only drop you down a few, but other times especially when you're not a big household name like that, they'll drop you all the way down. And I think Frank supposed to be going to 140 anyway, so it really doesn't even matter. He's supposed to be going to 140 anyway.
Yeah, Ryo Pyro got the belt. TL. Somebody gonna have to see Jack Catterall. He's ranked high in all the sanctioning bodies.
Bentley said just in case Bud might want to go and fight Boots at 47, that's why they got him in recess. Bud ain't going back down to 47.
He ain't.
He want that Canelo fight, or he ain't taking no other fight. That's the only fight he wants. If he ain't getting the Canelo fight, he don't want no fight. I was gonna say he might as well just go ahead and retire, because I don't know if Canelo won't give him that fight.
Niggas gonna have to see old boy Jack Catterall.
Well, Jack Catterall, he should be ranked high. I mean, he just beat Josh Taylor, then he turned around and beat Regis Program. He should be ranked high.
Ain't none of these sanctioning bodies
Because
got
both
Regis.
of those guys that he beat came off a loss. They lost their championship belts. And the next fight they had was with him. So it wasn't like they dropped down those fighters dropped down that far. They dropped down a few notches, but he turned around and beat them right after they lost their titles. He should be ranked high.
Antoine is fourth in the WBA and in the WBC.
Yeah. From what I'm hearing, T.O. just dropped his title at 140.
They
From what
still got him up here as of today.
I heard that. I think it was last week. I heard somebody reported that To is dropping his title at 140 and he's going to 147.
Okay, so you can have who would you want to see for that vacant? Arnold, Barbosa, Catterall, and Hitchison is 1, 2, and 3.
Well, Hitchison he's about to move out of there because he's about to fight uh Puro. If he happens to beat Puro, he won't be ranked in no sanctioning body because he's a champion. So you can't be ranked in another sanctioning body if you're a champion. So if he happens to win that, he won't be in that ranking. If he lose, he might drop down even further.
All right, they throw Barbosa and Catterall in there.
I mean, for a vacant, you need that.
Yeah, I mean, who else? I mean, looking at the WBO, I mean, you got Barbosa, Catterall. You said Hitchison is moving. You got Jose Ramirez, Sandor,
It should
Josh.
be, yeah, it should be Barbosa and Catterall because Barbosa is undefeated and Catterall only got one loss to Josh Taylor, and he revenged that loss. So it should be those two. I would like to see it.
Yeah, Sabril's. He got kicked down. He lost his belt. They kicked him to 9.
Yeah, it was the way he lost his belt.
Yeah,
He
he never was good to me.
he got beat up bad.
He never was good to me. He was just a walking punching bag. One of them guys that walk to you, don't got no defense, don't got nothing. Just want to try to throw 100,000 punches.
He
No skill.
he reminded me of a Puerto Rican version of Marioga. That's what he reminded me
Exactly.
of. He reminded me of a Puerto Rican version of Mayorga. He didn't have.
Mayorga got a big win though.
Yeah, he does. He does. I think Mayorga has
Mayorga was
a little more.
undisputed, wasn't he? When in the 3 belt era, wasn't Mayorga undisputed in the 3 belt
Nah,
era?
he was never undisputed.
In the 3 belt era, he had 3 belts.
He was never undisputed.
He had when Vernon beat Shane. How many belts was that for? 3. That's all 3
No,
of the belts.
no, because Vernon was never undisputed. Shane nor Vernon was ever undisputed.
Who was How many belts they fight for?
Because you gotta remember when they was fighting, Floyd had a belt. Nobody ever beat Floyd for his belt.
Yeah, Floyd did have it. Was Floyd at welterweight when Shane and Vernon? Floyd wasn't at welterweight when Shane and Vernon was fighting at welterweight.
Yes, he was. You remember they fought twice. All three
Yeah,
of them, Mayorga, Shane, and Vernon fought twice. They all fought each other twice. Vernon beat Shane, Mayorga beat Vernon, and Shane beat Mayorga. It happened twice. They both got 2 wins over each other.
yeah.
But yeah, neither one of those guys was ever undisputed.
Yeah, this was only it was only just the WBC.
Right. That's what I'm always saying. Neither one of them
And
guys
then
was
when Corey beat Mayorga, that's when Corey had 2 belts, and Mayorga, and then that's how Corey was undisputed.
yeah. I was saying I know neither one of those guys was ever undisputed.
Cause they just fought for the WBC in the Ring magazine.
Yeah.
So they just fought for the WBC. So that means Corey must have had a belt.
Yeah, because then Corey lost to Zab.
Yeah, and then Zab came back and knocked him out.
Yeah. Because Corey and Jermaine Taylor are the 2 guys that I know that was undisputed that never made it to the Hall of Fame. That's why I say when you undisputed doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna make the Hall of Fame being undisputed. Because Jermaine Taylor and Corey never made it to the Hall of Fame, and both of those guys was undisputed.
I'll tell you this though, man.
No, I didn't see it, Bentley.
He said, "Freed as you watch, Jaime." Jaime really beat that dude up. I'll ask you this real quick, free, before we
Nah,
get out of here.
free, nah, free. Mayweather wasn't in welterweight in 2002. They fought in 2002.
Oh,
So
okay.
Corey had a belt. Corey had two belts, and I guess Shane had that one, and then that's how Mayorga got ended up being undisputed, or Corey ended up being undisputed.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was wrong about Floyd being up there, but I knew neither one of those guys was ever undisputed. I know Shane ain't never been undisputed. I know Vernon ain't never been undisputed, and I know Mayorga ain't never been undisputed. I know neither one of those guys ever been undisputed. They might have been a champion, but they never been undisputed.
Morgan State getting his head beat in. I'll tell you that right now. But before we get out
They
of here,
said that Mayorga had all four belts in 2003, unifying the WBA and the WBC. No, yeah, well, no, they counting the Ring magazine, so I don't want to count that.
let me do this real quick before we get out of here. Probably I want to ask y'all both this before we get out of here. So who do you think Canelo will get credit for beating Jaime and Berlinga?
You don't get it from me.
He'll get credit for beating him, but he ain't gonna get no daggone points for outstanding career by beating those two guys. Those two guys wasn't no real big names on your resume. I mean, Jaime never really fought anybody. His best fighter was a guy that got beat by everybody, and then Berlinga never fought anybody. So he get credit for beating them, but he doesn't get any credit for like, oh, you beat those two guys, so we definitely got to put you in the Hall of Fame. Nah, you don't get that type of credit.
Shout out to Free, man. Free gonna tell you what he think, man. That's one thing about my brother, man. Hey, and get ready for the Rise podcast. We be back tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna talk about music. Cause I'll be honest, there ain't much going on in boxing, and we're not gonna just keep beating it to death. But again, rest in peace to Quincy Jones, the #1 freak himself. And we out of here, y'all. Peace.
Peace.
Oh, and before I go, I want to send a shout out to somebody, man. I want you to know I love you and I appreciate you, man. And anytime you talk about me in the podcast, I want you to know I love you from the bottom of my heart, man. And it's all love. And we gone. Peace.
Peace.